Shalom. And first and foremost, I give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim, to the elect that are scattered across the four corners of this earth, pushing their truth, honor, faith, and sincerity. And the brother Shema from the Great Millstone is the camp. And this is going to be a quick lesson through the Spirit, going into a couple of verses in Sirach, the 5th chapter, right? The first couple of verses. You see, yeah, I'm just going to get straight into it. This is Sirach 5:1. It says, set thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. All right, let's read it again. Set thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life, right? Because you got a lot of people that have all this money. They got a lot of substance here on earth. Right? And they think that, you know, they're going to be set, that they good, right? And the scriptures say that, I forgot where is it. Basically, the Most High said, thou fool, at this night thy life would be required from thee. Like, at any moment you can go. You see, so nobody should be getting proud about what they possess on earth, or storing up goods forever. Like they got the 401k, which you really can't even go into until what, you like 65 or something like that, right? Older shit, you know, without any penalties or something like that. But yeah, like in the stock market and long-term investing and all of this, like all of this shit is gonna fall and it's gonna crumble. Right? And anytime, you know, we can be up out of here. You see, and at any time, the Most High could take you out. You see, but it says, follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. So basically, not walking according to your own understanding, but, you know, always relying on the Spirit, going back to the scriptures. What does the scripture say? You see, how should I handle this based on the scriptures? How should I do this? Or how should I do that? Right? Based off the knowledge that I have learned. You see, and how do I apply it to the situation? Because everything that we learn, we're supposed to apply it. It's not just something that just goes in to the mind, you see, and nothing else happens, right? These things have to enter into the mind, and these things have to play out in your life, right? That's how you apply it, you see. And I believe that's in, let me see, Sirach 6 and 32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou would apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. So it's talking about being taught and applying. You see, two different things, right? You gotta be taught something, right? You got to, because the Most High set up men to teach this truth. But then the things that are being taught have to be applied. Otherwise, it's of none effect. It's no use up to you, this knowledge. You see, like people say knowledge is power, right? And also, yeah, that's true. The knowledge of the scriptures, right, is power. You see, but if you don't apply it, right, it has no effect on you. You see, righteousness, right, rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of your ability, right, and if you're not pleasing the Most High with your actions, and you just knowing this thing, then, hey, like I said, it's no effect unto you. You see, but this is Sirach 5:3. And say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me? For the Lord is long-suffering. He will in no wise let thee go, right? You got a lot of people that they are constantly sinning every day, right? And you could tell them, oh, hey, the Lord gonna deal with you. The Lord gonna judge you. Well, I've been doing this and that since forever. I've been eating pork since I was little. Ain't nothing happening to me yet. I'm still living. I'm still breathing. Right? I've been committing adultery. Right? Ain't nothing happened to me. Right? So this will lead people to not even believe in the Most High, because the Most High is long suffering. they are expecting quick judgment to happen once they do something, but it's just the Most High's long suffering. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. So because sentence or judgment against sin is not brought forth on an individual as soon as he commits that sin, then this motivates them to keep doing more things, right? Because they're still living, they're still breathing, they still have their life, right? But the Most High is long suffering. It said he will no wise let thee go, meaning your judgment is coming. You see, men will forget, right? But the Most High don't forget. The thing that you have done is always laid up in his mind. The Most High knows. The Most High got angels surrounding everyone, right? Reporting. And the Most High don't forget. Scripture says the Most High requires that which is past. So concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin. So don't be fearless, right, towards the Most High to do whatever you want to do, right, to live how you want to live, to walk out of the flesh, to be carnal, right? Just doing whatever the flesh wants. You shouldn't do that, right? It says, and say not, his mercy is great, he will be pacified for the multitude of my sins, right? So this is what a lot of Christians say. Oh, God is a forgiving God, right? He is a forgiving God. He will forgive me, right? Every time in the world before I even did something wicked or I knew something I felt that was wicked, right, I would say, God, forgive me before I did it, right? As if that was going to cover or be enough for the act that I was about to do, right? And that is terrible thinking, right? That is horrible, right? The Most High will kill you. It says, for mercy and wrath coming from him, and his indignation rested upon sinners. So a lot of people out there try to take advantage of the fact that the Most High is loving, right? He is a forgiving power, right? He does forgive, he does show mercy, but people want to take advantage of that. But it says mercy and wrath coming from him. So the Most High got whichever side you want, he can be that to you. Right, the Most High is balanced. You see, to the righteous, the scripture say, roughly paraphrase, for the righteous, he showed himself. Roughly paraphrase, I believe it said, to the righteous he showed himself righteous, and to the forward he showed himself forward, something like that, right? He gives you the energy that basically you putting out there. You see, he says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord and put not off from day to day, right? We are Israelites every day. We're in this truth every day. You see, we shouldn't put it off, meaning you just all into the world, right? Like you're not even an Israelite, right? But once you get around brothers and once you get around people who know about the truth, who know that you have responsibilities, right, which is serving the Most High, right, then you want to check yourself, right? When really we should check ourselves daily. This is a daily thing. It's a daily correction. It's going to the scriptures daily, right? So we can stay on point, stay sharp. You see? I'm not saying you're going to be perfect at it, but this is what we got to do. We got to keep correcting ourselves and fall and get back up. So for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance, right? Because you got certain people that hear this word and say, okay, I ain't ready for it right now. Maybe in a couple years from now. Right? Scripture says, seek thy creator in the day of thy youth while the evil days come not. So while you got a chance, you're supposed to seek the Lord. Because the scriptures say, Isaiah 55:6, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. And he is near through his prophets, right? Because the prophets are still on the streets prophesying, right? So it says, make no tarrying, because soon it's going to be over with and you're going to get destroyed by procrastinating and not serving the Lord. Right, and not trying to seek him and to serve him, be obedient to him, so you might have mercy showed towards you and your family. You see? So, that was a lesson. It's just something quick. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.